Mr. Victor, I'm going to hand this 5,000 pesos.
Thank you, Mr. Robert Mendez, for the donation.
So,
And all you subscribers of Q Adventures, very nice to meet Mr. Derek, the head of Q Adventures, and very thanks to you again, Mr. Robert Mendez.
Good Filipino morning or afternoon to everybody. Derek with I lose track of my days, or I lose track of my times. Derek with Q Adventures here. We just back to visiting Victor, give him an update, and kind of assess what he wants to do, whether he wants to file for his retirement, or like the vet benefits and stuff like that, or he wants to do other things that we cannot be involved with. If he wants to do the retirement and such, then we will be able to help him the best we can. So let's go talk to Victor. I just want to document this path up there. This is a busy highway, and then the man lives up here. First and foremost, I would like to give a special thank to our wall of fame here. Yeah, my speech is all slurred today because I woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning, couldn't go back to sleep, and then right now is what? Almost 3 p.m., so it's been 12 hours, and I feel woozy. Which way are we going? This way?
no, that's it.
This way?
Yep.
Yeah, I applaud the man for living over here. I know certainly that I cannot do it. Oh, that's his house. Yo,
Yep.
yo! Man, that was a workout. All 10 steps.
It's the man of the hour.
Look at the view he has.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Derek.
You got a big old swimming pool in the back.
Uh-oh. Come on in. Sit
What's
down.
up, buddy?
Trying to eat something. I haven't eaten all day. Shit.
Take your time. Can I shake your hand?
No, I got it.
So, soldier.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm a fucking soldier. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I risked my life for the United States of America and the United States Army. Huh?
Yeah, so I beg your pardon with everybody because once again I woke up at 3 a.m. It's been 12 hours already, and
I
it's
woke up
very.
at 1.
You woke up at 1?
Yeah.
Good, but you're a soldier. I'm not.
I wake up at 1.
I'm a
every
spoiled
damn morning.
civilian.
Yeah, you are.
But so I please excuse me if my speech is a little bit slurred, more than usual. But we're
tired.
here. Yeah, I'm just exhausted.
You're tired.
Yeah. So
You got eye bags for me.
I know my eyes are looking more Chinese than usual. But we're sitting back with Victor over here, the U.S. vet,
Hello,
Army.
everyone.
Yeah, so first and foremost, let me pull out my phone over here. Before we even say anything, I want to give some gratitude to some donors that have donated to Victor over here.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out.
Yeah.
You kind people.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was any kind people left in the world. Shit, really.
I know, huh? That's why I created this channel
It
to
doesn't seem like it now.
create that community. So I'm gonna read a few names, from the YouTube handles. So I beg your pardon if I mispronounce them. First and foremost is Jesse Lockyer to do, and then Paul Atterbury, Jay Lee, Osgood5949, Rob Mendes, which we have
Robert
brought
Mendez
to you.
with
Yeah.
an S, yeah.
Yeah, with the S. And then R. Williams, Mr. Y. Zoe, and I'm gonna say the first initial because I don't know privacy. Like if you wanted us to mention your name or you wanted to remain private, but M. Burrows, y'all have made a contribution, and so then we brought 5,000 before, and then the remainder is about 3,000. But I wanted to give you.
Thank you.
I wanted to give you some extra out of my own pocket because my intention was to do the labor
wood, yeah, the
myself. But
yeah,
then
but
I
I
know.
was thinking when J-Lo came last time, I'm thinking we don't have the tools to do that. We
Yeah.
need ladder, we need saw.
yeah. So I gave you some extra money so
What,
that
are you
you
gonna
can
show up with
buy
a construction truck?
so you can buy the
We're
plywood
ready
and
to
stuff
do
like
it.
that.
Yeah, I get the plywood.
And then also, like to hire, like someone
yeah, I know.
local
the
to,
one
to
who
get it
rebuilt
done.
my house before, Don
Yeah.
Don, he just lives up the street.
Yeah,
I'll give him something for his pocket so he can patch the plywood.
yeah. And then also, like, I don't know what the priority is, like with what we're going to talk about next. First and foremost, before we even talk about that, Victor, I just wanted to,
I'm sorry, but I'm smoking. I've been smoking for 50 years. If anybody would like to really know about it.
it's okay, we'll blur it out
No
because
problem.
YouTube is like a big brother thing. But anyway, that's despite the point. But like getting to the like comments, like there were a lot of nice
There's
comments.
a lot of Social Security comments.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot of people who gave you very good
A
advice,
lot
in
of
my
information I didn't know about.
opinion. Yeah.
You've greatly reduced the age to where you can actually apply and get your 100%.
Yeah.
Those kind of things I didn't know about until I started reading the comments myself. I said, oh.
Yeah, reading
shit.
those comments, I put it in perspective because I'm a licensed, securities broker as well as a life agent, So like in the life insurance industry, it's just like when you sell an annuity,
Yeah.
you withdraw it, as soon as you can. If you wait a few years, yes, like the
America,
interest-
I paid insurance.
yeah, but it's just the point is, it's just like
a lot of money.
you collect in less years, it take you X amount of years to make up, like the extra percentage that you get. So in the long run,
Yeah,
you
that's
receive
what
less.
one of the comments said. You
Yeah.
should draw your Social Security now.
Yeah.
Because you can't make up for the lost time.
Yeah, you're 65?
I'm
66?
65 now. I understood you could start earning it at 62, but I was told you only get 30% at that time by the VFW here in Subic Bay.
Mm-hmm. And then again, I'm 47 years old. I don't know shit about Social Security,
Yeah,
but
you're not looking at it yet. You better not.
but based
You're
on
too young.
like the comments,
Yeah, there
your
are a lot of
kids,
good comments.
your minor kids can benefit from it because
My
you're
minor kids can benefit from it once I get to the embassy. I've got their birth certificate, so I'd have to apply through the embassy so they can get a Social Security number.
Mhm.
Then they will get benefits because I'm a senior citizen and I'm an only parent
right,
now.
right, and then which is very valid,
And I can
because
pay for their schooling and their future. Yeah.
I would think more than that,
Put it
like
in the
with
bank,
some
man.
extra money. Yeah, that savings.
Save it for them.
Yeah, and then in regards to your military stuff, we have some comments about stolen valor and stuff.
I can't do that.
Listen, man, you guys
Camera.
keyboard, you keyboard warriors out there. It's just like
Fuck you. I have to do something to maintain my sanity.
like I physically, visually, like saw your DD-214. So there's no doubt.
I'm not going to put my
No,
documents.
definitely not.
online.
No, definitely not. There's a lot of privacy there.
You
But
saw it yourself. You saw
I saw
it.
it yourself,
showed it to
yes. So there's no doubt about that.
No
And then,
doubt.
there were other commenters, that kind of validated what you talked about during the Desert Storm, RIF,
Yeah.
reduce in
Reducing force.
force.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few people
Bill Clinton,
back in the States,
motherfucker.
were actually in your position that
Yeah.
they got laid off
I
after.
saw one of the comments. He was in the service when that shit happened.
Politics aside, like we confirmed that, and then but there were more nice comments
Yeah.
and more useful comments than the negative.
Then the
And-
negative fucking, what do you call them?
You shouldn't take it personally. I mean, once your information or your
It's my video. Of course I took it personally.
getting back to that though, are you disabled by the veteran standards in any way?
No,
So you can't claim
I
disability.
had something to tell you. When I out-processed the military, all right?
Uh huh.
Some of the senior, like E8, E9 sergeants were out-processing at the same time because they were retiring.
Yeah.
And their medical records look like an encyclopedia set. I
Yeah.
looked at my medical records because I'm not the kind of person, and I want this on the video, I'm not the kind of person to go on sick call because I got a cut on my finger or I scratched my knee like some of these guys did. I mean, their medical records were thick as hell, man. I said, oh, shit. I only got like 2 pages in mine because I didn't like going on sick call. You can't be a hard charger and you're going on sick call. Nah, they'll frown on you. They frown on that shit. I didn't do it.
So you're not entitled to any kind of veterans benefits?
I don't think so. We would have to let Veterans Administration make the deciding factor on that one because I did participate in war with the U.S. military.
Okay.
I am a war veteran. I don't know. The Desert Storm Syndrome and shit, I never figured out what that is, but maybe I got it. I don't know. I can touch you, you'll have it. Yeah.
I'm infected.
Desert Storm Syndrome. I do have trouble sleeping. My eyes are fucked up, probably because too many sandstorms and shit, or maybe I got lased by the Iraqis and didn't know it.
Yeah, like...
They have laser rangefinders in their vehicles and shit, and that can damage your eyesight. I don't know if that is causing my eyesight to go or age is causing
But it's not documented.
No, it's not documented.
Yeah. So,
that's the problem. It has to be documented or the military can't do shit about it or the VA can't do shit about it unless it's in your records before. And when I got out, I was pretty healthy when I got out.
Yeah. And then, for the viewers out there, if you're a vet and you have experience with these kind of things, you know, for a man who has only a page and a half.
Go and complain when you cut your finger or bruise your knee.
You know, like
Go on sick call, turn it, get a document in your fucking medical records.
Any advice you can give him, you know, for a man who has only like a page and a half, 2 page, and exited the military healthy, you know, like
too healthy.
Yeah, too healthy, you know, like I don't know if he would qualify after 16 years of services, if he qualifies for any, you know, like I don't think so either.
I really don't know.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt, you know, for people to chime in. With all those comments that came in, you know, about social, you know, drawing on Social Security, have you decided to draw your Social Security now then?
Yes.
Okay. And then you also mentioned earlier that the election just finished. It just happened.
May 12th.
And there's a new mayor now?
Yeah, there's a new mayor now. Right?
Yeah, and then you're concerned about your,
I'm concerned about my job because my job is being threatened now by this new mayor. He's
cut costs?
Corrupt. Cutting costs, cutting salary, cut costs. We all know that. If you're a businessman, you cut the labor, you save
and
a
you
lot
said
of money.
you are there was a term that you used, you're not a regular employee.
No,
you are
I'm a casual.
You're a casual.
Yeah, casual employee.
So as far as, you know, layoffs.
And the rumor going around right now is they're going to cut all the casual employees the end of June. Shit, that's fucked up.
And, you know, casuals, as far as the totem pole is concerned, you know, is probably at the very bottom, the most, you know, like likely to be let go first before regular.
They do that and not just across the board cut everybody. They got us filling out a document now. It's new. It just started when we do our salary. We have to turn in like an assessment report, assessment of our job.
Yeah.
So I've turned in 2 now. I think, this is the first of the month. Yeah, I turned in 1 the 1st of June, and I turned in 1 for middle of May. And they both have to be signed by the mayor, but it's the old mayor doing the signing, not the new mayor. So I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
So your 230 peso per day job is at risk.
At risk of going away.
Yeah.
That's my survival. That's how I eat.
So your priority is to, you know, like draw your Social Security, Social Security.
Big priority.
And then let me ask you then, you know, like on the previous meeting, you said you wanted some plywood to repair the house. Let's just assume that you draw your Social Security. Let's just assume that you know, like you draw 1,500. I don't know how much you qualify for.
We can go with that number because that's what I've seen in the comments.
So let's just say 1,500 US dollars.
1,500 is a lot of peso.
Would you still live here?
Oh, hell yeah. I don't change my lifestyle, no.
You would still live in the same way?
I would still live right here in this house, except it'd be a hell of a lot better. I have my widescreen TV, electricity.
Okay.
I don't have electricity. I use solar lights. They come on at night. They're good for the night.
So let's just say the new mayor doesn't cut your position.
If he doesn't cut my position, I'll still have work. I'll still draw my 230 peso a day. So I'll have money for food and everything. But that's not money to take a trip from Cebu all the way to Manila to go to the U.S.
No. Let me ask you the question. let's just say you know, successfully you are drawing your Social Security now, 1,500. Would you still be working this position?
Why not? I like being part of my community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't stop, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be working to get the salary so much. I would be working to be a part of my community.
Understood.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's logical.
I might even go to the mayor and say, Mayor, I don't need the salary. I just want the
Work
job.
for free.
I want to be part of the community.
Uh-huh. And that gives you purpose day to day?
That gives me purpose. It keeps me going.
Yeah.
At least getting up off my ass and going in every day, it keeps me going, because I believe that if you fully retire and you become a couch potato, that's the end.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking die shortly after that.
Yeah.
You gotta stay active, proactive, active. You gotta be doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah, during
Until God calls you, you gotta keep going, man.
Yeah.
Never stop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understood. You know, I just want to, you know, like gauge, you know, like the repair of the place, you know. So, you know, like with that said, you know, like I think repair of the place is logical. Since
It'd
you're
be a
gonna stay
whole
here.
lot better here if I
Yeah.
was drawing my Social Security now. Hell yeah.
Let me ask you then, do you know the process of getting an appointment and filing for the
Yeah, I
Social
already
Security?
looked online on my telephone. You can
Okay.
make an appointment online on your phone. They have an app that you can go right to their website, U.S. Embassy Philippines, and set up your appointment through your cell phone.
Okay.
You have to go to Manila to do it.
Okay. And then I saw your folder with all your, you know, legal documents, your identification, you know, like documents and stuff like that. So
I'm a real soldier.
why don't you, you know, set up?
Combat veteran.
Why don't you set up the appointment, and then, you know, like let us know what is going on, and then you know, once you pick that date on the website,
I'm
and
sorry, I
you
didn't
print
mean
out.
to talk out of place. I apologize.
You know, once you pick the appointment and you go to your friend RR and print out that,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
print
like
out the
appointment
appointment
form, you know, you tell us, because there's expenses involved in flying to Manila,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and then there's hotel stays to go to the appointment and then fly back.
I see where you're going, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, you know, why don't you, you know, like communicate to us? Hopefully, you know, like some viewers will be as generous as, you know, your first video, and send you some donation reserved for that.
At this point, I'll say, please help me. Yes, I would love to get my Social Security started,
Yeah.
but my problem is getting there.
But
Manila's a long ways from Cebu. A long way. You can't drive in a car. You can't ride a bus.
yeah, whatever that is short, you know, like will make up the difference, you know, personally. So just to make sure that you're able to get on the plane and show up to that appointment.
Yeah, because most of your viewers are Americans, right?
No, a large majority of them are Americans.
So
Yeah,
they would
but
think you
they're
just
from
get
all
in
over the place.
the bus and go on the bus. No, you can't go on the bus from Cebu to Manila. It's not possible. It's not available. They have to understand the concept of this country where I'm living
Well, yeah,
compared to that country where they're living.
yeah. Don't worry about them, because you know, like a lot of these people, I call them, you know, like keyboard warriors.
I see.
They probably never left, you know, like Booneytown, Iowa,
Probably never
whatever.
left their living room.
Yeah, they never left the living room. So I mean, they're just, you know, like watching the TV, and they just have a lot of advice
Couch potato.
that is irrelevant, you know, to people like us who are boots on the ground, right? So yeah, never mind those comments. You know, there are a lot of useful comments, you know, that people with experience and stuff like that, which I am grateful for, by the way. But you know, like you can obviously tell like who was just.
I'm trying not to show my anger today because this is a pleasant day. But
Yeah.
some of those comments really pissed me off.
Yeah. Leave those comments alone, okay?
Who the fuck are they?
Leave those comments alone, and then you know, we'll just go forward with what we're doing, and then initiate your, you know, like appointment. All right, with that said, thank you very much for tuning into my channel. You're ever supporting my channel. Until
Don't
next
forget
time,
to
you'll have a good one.
subscribe. Click the
Please like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell, please.